in real-time scenario. We'll discuss each and everything. So first we'll discuss what is meant by website.
Is it okay if we can record the sessions and listen to it later on?
Yeah, demo only now. So after
Oh,
demo,
okay, right, right.
we'll
Okay, yeah,
start session. Okay.
got it. Yeah.
First, we'll discuss what is meant by website. So, website is a collection of web pages. For example, now I'm going to open one website. For example, here I'm going to open elearninfotech.com. So now you can observe after loading this website, you can observe here we have the about us page, we have the courses, we have the trainings, and we have the registration. Like you can observe, we have so many pages here. So collection of web pages is called website. While click on the about us, it will redirect to about us page. While click on the courses, it will move to the courses page. So we have a number of pages. Collection of web pages is called website. So what is website? So website is a collection of web pages. In real-time scenario, we have two type of websites. One is static websites and second one is dynamic website. What is
Mm.
static? So static in the sense it is a fixed content. So if you want to do the changes in static website compulsory through the coding knowledge only, we can do the changes. So for example, I have one website. I have to find out whether the website is static or dynamic. I have to find out. So how we are going to find out? See here we have the navigation elements. So while click on any navigation elements, it will shows the extension is .html. You can observe here it will shows the extension is .html. So whenever you are observing .html extension, we can easily identify it, that is static website. So and for old websites, the extension is .html. Whenever you are observing .html or .html, we can easily identify it, that is static website. So what is meant by static website? Static is nothing but fixed content. In case if you want to do the changes compulsory through the coding knowledge only, we can do the changes. And how we are going to identify that is a static or dynamic? So by using this extensions. While click on any navigation, so it will automatically shows the extension. Depends upon this extension, we can easily identify it. For example, I'm going to open my home page. In this home page, you can observe, so web designing online training new batch starts on 26 to 2021. Actually, this 26 is, so today is completed now. I have to update it. So how we are going to update it? Through the coding only. Why? Because here you can observe, this is completely static website. So now coming to dynamic website. So what is mean by dynamic? So for dynamic websites, we have separate admin panel. Through the admin panel, we can do the changes without any coding knowledge. Also, we can do the changes. For example, now I am going to open here on engineering college website. So here my client requirement is they want to post some exam notification, latest news, events, everything dynamically. You can observe here the latest news is scrolling. If you want to post some latest news again, so for this website we have separate admin panel. So now I'm trying to log in this admin panel. So already I given some username and password to client. So after login, so directly we can access the dashboard. You can observe we have the dashboard. Through this dashboard, you can add latest news, you can add photos, video testimonials, exam notification, anything you can do. For example, I'm going to post some news. Hi BIET. So while click on this post automatically, so it will post some news and just try to open in a front end. So we did some operation in back end. So now I'm trying to open in front end. So whether the news is reflected or not, I have to check. You can observe, see, it will display high BIT. So if you want to delete that one, so or delete or edit, you can do here only. So now see, for example, I am giving this username and password to you. So you can directly do the changes in this website. So this is called dynamic website. So dynamic in the sense we have separate admin panel. So if you want to so access this dashboard, so we have some credentials. Through the credentials we can access the dashboard and you can do the changes whatever if you want we can. So for this type of dynamic websites, so we can use PHP language or Python language or .aspx, that is .net or JSP, nothing but Java. For this type of dynamic websites we are going to use, these are the extensions. For static, so we have only fixed thing. So for dynamic, we have different extensions like PHP language or Python or ASPX and JSP. So again, this dynamic applications, we have two types. So one is single page applications and second one is multi-page applications. What is meant by single page and what is meant by multi-page we'll discuss later. So before that, so what are the modules we are going to cover? So we'll discuss that. So in our course for entire UI development, we are going to cover so HTML and its advanced version HTML5. Then CSS, its advanced version CSS3. Then JS, nothing but JavaScript. Then we are going to discuss so jQuery. Then BS, nothing but Bootstrap. So what is the use of HTML and why we are using HTML in real-time scenario? By using HTML, we can design static web pages. Just now only we discussed, no? So by using HTML, we can design static websites. Static is nothing but just it's a fixed content, no? So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, which is easy to design static websites. In HTML, everything should be tag format. So we'll discuss what is meant by tag, all these things. This completely depends upon the tag format. If you want to display one image, so you have to write some tag. If you want to so display some table, again you have to use some tag. For example, you can observe here we have the table. If you want to display this table, so for this we are writing some HTML code. We have table tag. So with the help of table tag, we are going to write this type of things. So here we have the image. So if you want to display this image, so compulsory we have to use so image tag. Through the image tag only we can do that. That means so each and everything should be tag format. If you want to write anything, so compulsory here we are going to use some tag. So that is overview of the HTML. So HTML nothing but raw data. We can simply say it as a raw data. Raw data in the sense there is no proper look and feel. Just we can simply say without markup. So in case if you want to do the complete decoration part, so with the help of CSS and CSS3, we can do the decoration of the web page. So how we are going to decoration of the web page we'll discuss. CSS stands for cascading style sheet. By using CSS, we can decorate the web page. For example, see here we have some red color background. So now my intention is I want to change this background color. For example, maybe it is a blue. So how it will be look like? So I have to change it as a blue. So now see, so the appearance automatically it is changed. So in case if you want to do this is just only preview. In case if you want to standardly, you have to go to your server and you can so fix it. This is just I'm trying to so do the preview only. After refreshing, you can observe again it should be red only. Why? Because so here just preview purpose only we are doing some changes here. So that is CSS. If you want to do the decoration completely, we have to use CSS. So now, for example, I want to apply mixing of more than one color. So that is called gradient. You can observe what happened in this case. So here we have the black color. Whenever it is moving to the right side, it is red color. So now I am applying like left to right. In case if you want to do the top to right thing. So now my intention is I want to apply top to bottom. So you can observe. So in top black color, when coming to bottom, it is so red color. Like this type of things, the entire things we are going to do with the help of CSS only. Now I am going to open one website. You can observe. In this website already we did so gradient concept through the CSS we did. You can observe here. So see, whenever we are scrolling down, you can observe we have the mixing of more than one color. So how we are going to do this type of scenarios with the help of CSS. Whatever the decoration is there, so that is called CSS only. For example, here we have the round shape thing in. So I want to change that round shape as a like a square shape or any other format. I have to change it. So compulsory we have to use the CSS only. Now you can observe. Just I'm going to change this one as a leaf shape. So this is about the CSS. So, and you can observe here we have the form control, like one text box is there. So I want to change this edges as a round shape. So for this type of things, we can use CSS only. So whatever the decoration part, if you want, so that is completely about the CSS only. You can observe. So previously it is like this. Now it is automatically changed like this. So you can apply the colors. You can increase the font size. You can apply the font colors, font families, different things we are going to build with the help of CSS. That is overview of the CSS. So simply we can say it as a completely decoration of the web page. Okay. Now coming to JS, nothing but JavaScript. What is the use of JavaScript? By using JavaScript, we can do the client-side validations. What is meant by client-side validations? We'll discuss. Now here I'm opening one website. So here my client requirement is they has one form. So there is some mandatory fields. If you are not entering anything, it will show please fill out this field like this. See, we have one quotation form. Now I'm not entering any data. Just I'm trying to click on send message. So what happened? It will display some validation messages. Please enter your name. Please enter valid email ID like that. So this is the phone number. In this phone number, you have to enter only numerics only. In case if you are entering characters, what happens? Again, it will shows one message. So mobile number allows only numerics only. For example, now I am developing one website to Sydney client. So their mobile number starts with a zero now. So in case I'm going to enter my mobile number at the time, it will generate some error. Again, it will shows one message. Mobile number must and should starts with zero like that. So these type of scenarios we are going to build with the help of JavaScript. So by using JavaScript, we can do the client side validations. Actually, we have two type of validations, server side and client side. So by using JavaScript, we can do client side only, not into server side. Next, coming to another module, that is jQuery. What is the use of jQuery and why we are using jQuery in real-time scenario? If you are performing some animation, so compulsory through the jQuery only, we can do that. So for example, see in this website, in the bottom, we have the testimonials. So after some time gap, automatically this testimonial should be moved. So that means in backend, I am mentioning some time gap. After some time gap, so this testimonial should be moved. So like here you can observe, we have the slider. So in this case, automatically the image and content should be changed after some time gap. In backend, we are already mentioned some time gap. So one time the content is moving from the left side, right side, top and bottom. Different things it will be applied. So already in external JS, we are writing the jQuery animations. That is about the jQuery. jQuery is completely depends upon the animations only. Whenever if you are observing any animation, we can simply know that that is a jQuery only. So up to now, we are developing one website with the help of HTML and CSS, JavaScript, jQuery. So this website is device friendly or not, I have to check. So why? Because in real time scenario, after hosting our website, so maybe user is using desktop, maybe that website they are opening in desktop or laptop or tab or mobile. We don't know, no? So we have to build one website, friendly website. So that's why I'm going to use here BS. So this Bootstrap introduced by Twitter company. So in 2011. So by using this Bootstrap, we can make the layouts as responsive. Responsive in the sense device-friendly websites. So whenever user opening different devices, so that device screen depends upon the device screens. This website should be fit. So that is called Bootstrap. In Bootstrap also we have the versions like a 3 and 4. Old version is the 3.4.1. So on latest version is 4.3.1. For example, if you have like a old website, you now client wants some redesign. So they are using 3.4.1. You have to upgrade as a 4.3.1. How we are going to upgrade all these things? So in case if we are developing new website, how we are going to make that as a device friendly websites, we'll discuss in regular sessions. That is the overview of the Bootstrap. Up to now, we are developing one website that is completely so in your system only. No? So you have to move to the server. So for this, we are going to do web hosting concepts. In web hostings, so we have to buy the domain and we have to buy the server space that is called hosting. So how we are going to launch our website. So these things we are going to discuss in real-time scenario. Okay. So how we are going to launch our website as well as how we are going to take the backups. For example, already, so this is my website, already this one is hosted. So I'm going to do some changes in this. So after after doing some changes, so compulsory you have to take the backup now. So why? Because in case the site is hacked by some other person, otherwise it is affected with some malware. So how we are going to identify all these things, we'll discuss in regular session. So after hosting the website, we have to create webmail IDs also. If you are working in some companies, so they are going to provide one mail for you. So abs at the rate so and so.com, like that. Na? So like this type of things we are going to do with the help of web hosting. So up to now, we did only static web design. This is front end technology. We can call it as so front end. So here each and everything should be we are going to write manually and we are going to do the so normal static website. Now coming to real time scenario. So what are the tools and what are the techniques we are going to follow for the static websites? We'll show you some example. Now here for example, so I have departments. In each and every department there is some tables like a faculty details is there. So now my intention is I want to generate some code for this faculty details. Actually here I have the tabular format. So instead of writing our entire own code, I want to generate this tabular code. How we are going to generate? Instead of writing my own code, I am going to generate the code. In real-time scenario, we are using always tools only if we have some experience. So now I am going to generate some code. Why? Because so I have some deadline for each and every project now. So that's why I'm going to use some tool. Already I have some table from the client end. So client provide that entire table. So instead of writing our own code, just I'm going to paste the table. Just click on HTML. See, automatically it will displace the each and everything entire code. See, it's nearly generated 365 lines of code we generated. So in case if you want to write manually, it will take at least 1 hour time now. So instead of that one, we can easily generate. For example, I want some points. So now this is the points I'm going to place. So for these points also, so actually this is called another list in HTML, but I don't know the code also. So how we are going to get that? So just click on HTML. See, automatically the code is generated. If you want to check, if you want to run also, we can run. So just I'm showing so how it will be executed. So whether it is displayed same output or not, I have to check. So now I'm going to paste the code and I would like to execute the program. Whether it displays same output or not, you can observe same as it is appears. You can observe as it is only now. So like this type of things we are going to apply in real-time scenario. So as well as we can do the some tools like after hosting the website. So client wants they want some WhatsApp integration. They want like a messenger, otherwise a Telegram integration. For example, in this website already, so we integrated a dial button like a call button. While click on this one, automatically so that mobile number should be moved to the dial pad. They can contact. So and you can observe in the left end, so we have the WhatsApp integration. How we are going to use this type of scenarios. For this, we are not writing any code. Actually, we have some tools to generate this type of WhatsApp integration and messaging icons like Messenger, MChat, anything for any.
Chandrasekhar, I have a quick question.
Yeah,
Is it okay if I ask now?
yeah.
Yeah. So this website says it's not secure, means it's using HTTP protocol.
Yes.
And there is also a payment integration to this website.
Mm,
So don't you think hackers might steal away information of the credit card
Yeah.
if HTTPS is not used?
Yeah, actually, what happened for the HTTP and HTTPS, like secure thing. So you said no. So like their details they're going to take no. But in this website we have option, but we are not using anything here. We are not doing any
Oh, okay.
the website. Just my client requirement is they want one option. That's it. So why? Because
Oh, okay.
here already we integrated some payment gateway. Actually, what happened? The process in backend. So if you are doing some payment, the payment gateway directly the amount it should be transferred to payment gateway. So
That's
after
correct.
that, so 2.3% or 2.8% they are going to detect, and they are going to resend to the who are admin. They are going to resend. So that's why maximum cases they're going to avoid this type of payment gateway integrations for small scale of businesses.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you.
So this is about the WhatsApp and integration and call button. For example, now I am going to open one clinic website. Here my client requirement is, so they want one like live chat implementation. So how we are going to do the live chat implementation, all these things I will show you. So for this again we are going to use some tools only. See here it will shows online. So how we are going to do this type of live charts? So from the back end, they're going to send one message also, no? So how they are going to send the messages also? So we'll discuss in regular session. So for these chat boxes, we have two things like a paid charts are there and free charts are there. This is free chat completely. So in case a client so spend some amount, so at the time we can buy one chat box and we can integrate. So in case they are not paying anything, so we are going to move to the like a free charts only. So see they send one message. So how they are going to send? So for this actually we have some dashboard. Through the dashboard, so they are going to send some messages. If you are to send some message again, they are going to reply now. So they have some dashboard. Through the dashboard they can send all the messages. This is about the real-time tools and techniques we are going to use. And at the same time I'm opening another website. See, homenamo.at, nothing but Austria. So here my client requirement is, by default it is opening German language. You can observe. So here which is not readable. Why? Because by default it is in German language. While click on this English, automatically it will move to the, it will convert into English language. How we are going to do this type of scenarios? So in case I don't want English, I want to change another language, you can just go through the any language and you can select. It will automatically change. How we are going to do these type of scenarios, we'll discuss in regular sessions. This is about the complete static web designing. Now, so we are going to move to the framework, front end framework. So for this front end framework, we can use React. Otherwise, we can also use so Angular. Otherwise, we have Vue.js. So these are the three things we are going to apply for the for single page applications. So maximum cases Vue.js are not using. So these two are trending. So now what is the use of React or Angular? So here you can observe we did two things, that is single page application and multi-page application. What is mean by multi-page application? See, while click on this navigation, every time the web page is reloaded. You can observe. So while click on any menu item, it will be reloaded every time. No? So instead of doing every time reloading, so this is multi-page application actually. So that's why every time it is reloaded. Instead of this one, I don't want to reload. So every time. So without reloading, how the screens are changing. So that is called single page application. So now I will show you some example. Here you can observe. Here we have the navigation and we have the view here. See, while click on this one, you can observe here, it is reloading or not, you can observe. See, it is not reloading. You can observe, it won't reload. Why? Because this is single page application. In backend, so we have internally multi pages for this. It is not actually single page. Actually, we have multiple pages, but through the single page, it will be rendering. It will be display multiple views in this single page only. That's why we can call it as single page application. So SPS nothing but single page application. By using Angular or React, we can do the single page application. What is meant by single page application?
Uh,
Without,
Chandrasekhar, I have a quick question here.
yeah.
So they call it as Angular JS and Angular also. What is the difference between Angular and Angular
Versions.
JS?
Versions. AngularJS is a first version.
Okay.
Angular currently we have like a 10.
Okay.
This is the latest version. So here completely this is depends upon the JavaScript. AngularJS is depends upon the JS. So this Angular depends upon the TypeScript. TypeScript is nothing but advanced things we have. In actually in JavaScript, so there is no OOPS supported. Okay. So already
Okay.
you are a developer only, you know OOPS now. So in JavaScript,
Yeah.
so there is no OOP supporting things. So in TypeScript, we have the OOP supports. So that
Okay, got it.
so they introduced this Angular version. So Angular 2, 4, 7, 9, 10. These are the latest version. This is the latest version. 10 is the, so it's completely depends upon the TypeScript, and this is completely depends upon the JavaScript.
Okay, and what about React? Does it use TypeScript or JavaScript?
JavaScript only. It is a library actually. So library
Oh,
sense. So what is library? Library in the sense we have set of inbuilt functionalities we have now. Just we are trying to access it. So here we are using ECMAScript. So instead of this TypeScript, we can use ECMAScript. So what is the use of ECMAScript? So in TypeScript, whoops is that na. In ECMAScript also we have whoops. Actually, this React contains entire JavaScript libraries only, but here, so we are using ECMAScript. Through the ECMAScript, we can write the classes, interfaces, inheritance concepts, and at the same time abstract classes. So each and everything we are going to do with the help of ECMAScript.
okay. So ECMAScript is kind of like a library, or what is it?
Not library. That is a front end normal, like similar to JavaScript. We can simply say it as a, it is superset of JavaScript. That means same features of JavaScript, and additionally they introduce some new features like whoops.
Okay,
So this TypeScript is used for the Angular. Similar, this ECMAScript is used for the React.
okay, makes sense. Thank you.
So and so whenever if you are developing one React application, so compulsory we have to do the like npm, so node package manager. So for this we have to do some node thing also. How we are going to download the node things, all these things. So what is the folder structure? And here we have the JSX. What is mean by JSX? Actually, in JavaScript, we are unable to write HTML code. With the help of React, in JavaScript also, we can directly write so HTML code that is called JSX. JavaScript extension, this is. So with the help of JSX concepts, we can write entire HTML code in JavaScript. Actually, in real time scenario, like in case if you are like a web designer, at the time it is not possible to write entire HTML code in JavaScript. Whenever you are using React libraries, compulsory, we have the chance to write entire HTML code in JavaScript. So that is about the JSX, and we have the Redux concept. We have a number of concepts in React. So by using all the concepts, we are going to so do the single page application. So that is overview of the single page and application and multi-page application. So this is about the introduction.